Hey guys, it's me, Game McFly. Welcome back to another video, and yeah, I'm gonna be putting this. We're back talking about the Wild Men, and yeah, and again, like I said in the last video, this video is gonna be all about the multiverse, which it's actually kind of an original concept. I'm surprised Marvel and DC haven't done yet. Pretty much, it's a multiverse. Yeah, I imagine for the most part, just ask anyone like me who's like even remotely used in comics, and I'll tell you what a multiverse is. The idea of multiple realities. It's kind of just like I figured. Okay, when I first came up with this idea, I was like, okay, how do you take that one thing bigger? A multiverse so big it's able to contain multiple multiverses, hence multi-multiverse. Um, but yeah, this. Oh god, this is gonna be a crazy one. Because again, yeah, like alternate, like yeah, it's just in case like just some like general audience member. The idea of multiverse, just that multiple reality thing. Alright, it's gonna be hard enough to get over their head. Uh, so the idea of like, okay, not only do you have that going over, but they're all pretty much in their off separate corners. Yeah, that's gonna be the hard part. So I figured we should probably start off with pretty much like the main multiverse, yeah, at least the main one, and the Earths that are there, like the universes that are there, is Wild Man's Earth, the universe of Assassin's Creed, Lone Ranger, Sombra, and King Khan. And yeah, this is kind of the video I wanted to talk about the most. Wild Man's Earth, for the most part, it's always constantly being updated to the current year. So right now, for the most part, it's set in 2020, but since we're near the end of the year, next year it'll be set in 2021. And it is, for the most part, basically our universe. Like I said again in the last video, pretty much all the characters that are pretty much brand based, they're all fictional characters. So, and that's kind of the thing. It's like with with Wildman, he kind of has that Deadpool level humor. Not in the case of being like rated R, but in just the case of like just referencing things. Yeah, it's like his Easter egg games is off the charts. But yeah, this dude, yeah, it's pretty much his universe is just basically ours. Again, in a sense, the Assassin's Creed universe. Now that's kind of an interesting thing because pretty much when Edward first shows up in the modern day, it's 2006. It's the mid 2000s. Because what I'm trying to do is pretty much every like run of the comics want to actually have it be set in the time, pretty much at least in the present day, have it be set in the time of the release of each one of those Assassin's Creed games. So a good example is pretty much the second run of the Assassin's Creed comics. That's going to be, like the present day is going to be set in 2007, because that is, for the most part, where that's the release of the first Assassin's Creed game, which it's set during the Third Crusade. And then, yeah, that's basically, for the most part, just going out the release years, present day, and then Edward travels back to that period in time that the game is set in. So yeah, there's that. Then, I guess just again, still sticking with this part of it. We pretty much have the Overwatch universe, which it's Overwatch. It's still very much futuristic, and is the Omnics and all that stuff. It's Overwatch. Overwatch is just Overwatch. You have the two time periods with like I guess two universes I really do like at least in this case, which is the one in the Lone Ranger and that of of King Kong. Because, with King Kong, like I said in the last video, his universe is constantly stuck in 1933. Or at least that aesthetic of the early 1930s. So it pretty much means, one, it's the Great Depression. People, it's bad enough in New York as it is, let alone the fact of now also you have the chance of being involved pretty much in the epicenter of a giant monster fight between, King Kong and whatever other kind of Godzilla monster I want to throw in there. So, that, and then also, Assassin's Creed. Yeah, not Assassin's Creed. Then the Lone Ranger, which of course is constantly set in the Old West. And even still, if it's not really, and by Old West, it's more like Red Dead Redemption, the video game from Rockstar, than it actually is the Lone Ranger. Which means it's a lot more real. So, I say real, and then there's like a bunch of mystic stuff going in from Tonto, the Native Americans. So, is that, and then the other kind of separate multiverses. Obviously, the two you gotta have in there, pretty much, is Marvel and DC. And this kind of thing, it's like, with both of them, I originally had I had pretty much like Prime Earth, which is basically my headcanon of what the Marvel universe and what Marvel and DC look like. And then, literally, the universe next door will be the cinematic universe, will be the movies. So, yeah. But, God. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. But for the most part, it's like the Prime Earth is still there, and then the rest of it, it's just the Marvel multiverse that is. Again, or the DC multiverse as it is. But I guess really kind of cool thing is, as you kind of into our next universe, at least the next multiverse, which is the Lego multiverse, which is pretty much all based around the Lego movie. And this is the kind of bit where it's just like you can have whatever kind of franchise, movie, TV show, whatever you want, but for the most part, it has to be the Lego movie of it. The Lego movie version of it, which pretty much means it's a parody of it. So, and in that case, obviously, you have a DC universe, which is pretty much the Lego Batman movie, but you also have a Marvel multiverse, and pretty much based off of all the Marvel references that have been made in the Lego Batman movie and pretty much the second Lego movie. I'm calling it that, not the Lego movie part 2. The second part or whatever. And the second Lego movie, pretty much they have like Marvel didn't take out a call, so some crap like that. Pretty much kind of makes it like pretty much the Marvel characters, like the Avengers, are just high end like pricks. Who are like, our movies are way more successful. So I kind of want to have, that's like, okay, actually, let's see that. Let's pretty much just see like super arrogant version of Tony Stark, which of course has to be a parody version of Tony Stark. So, you have the Avengers. Knowing that, but then also going into the DC and Marvel multiverse, there is a there's a Lego universe, which is more so like the Lego games. So in the case of DC, the Lego Batman games, Lego Marvel games, that so for the most part, it is the Marvel universe, but it's more so in line with those games. So then, then the next final multiverse is the Disney multiverse. And of course, that's where Rapunzel and Elsa come from. And I guess that's it. I guess that's it. But yeah, pretty much a lot of the Disney movies are in that multiverse. So yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, I guess when I explain all the way through, it's pretty short. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Next video, I think I might actually dive into like the villains, like yeah, like who are the main villains. Um, and then I'll start going through each and every one of them, each one of the universes, like in full detail. So, yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, bell. It's YouTube. Uh, anyway, talk to y'all later, and bye.